firstly, I mean, great piece of work. I mean, I spent 20 years at M&S getting the grey hair on my head dealing with things like this. And I remember the first year or two of it was a right old pain. You know, it's a lot of work, a bit of embarrassment in the public domain when you didn't do as well as you wanted to. But we learned to love indexes, whether it was on cotton or it was on wood or whether it was on palm oil and soy or human rights and animal welfare. Actually embracing this and understanding where M&S was relative to the rest of the industry in terms of best practice became a really powerful driver for change. And I think it's doubly so now because in the past it was all driven by reputation. You know, you didn't want to be embarrassed on the front page of Tortoise or The Guardian for being in the wrong space with your brand. Now it's much more existential than that. We're flying into a storm. We're dealing with here the most polluting industry on the planet in terms of greenhouse gas emissions, food waste, water use, deforestation, etc. We're dealing with one that's the most vulnerable to the problems it causes, extreme weather events driving down yields, availability in a growing population. And it's the most complex to decarbonise or change. We're not talking about you had a diesel car and now it's electric, which is a relatively simple narrative. Yeah. There are so many different pathways on this. So my first point to everybody is embrace gathering that data to tell you what your business model needs to look like in a rapidly transforming food system. One detail on that to the food industry themselves. Beware what you're sailing into with the big retailers now. I can start to see them probing, being the gatekeeper on behalf of their customers, hundreds of thousands of SKUs. No one's going to look at the labels, carbon labels, health labels on hundreds of thousands of products. The big retailers will turn around and say, bottom 20% in a category, shows your data, not performing well, off my shelf. You lose access to the marketplace. That's transformation. You need to understand that even if you don't share the information, which you should with the public domain. Penultimate point, I'd also say this is really important then about informing strategic decisions in the boardroom. You're going to have to make some really big bets as a food company, a food retailer in the next 3 to 5 years. And you want the best possible data to decide whether you divest from a particular category, you sort of invest into another one, where you position yourself, how you work with your retail partners to get to the marketplace. So again, strategic literacy built upon data and transparency is critical. And that takes me to the final point, partnership. This is huge, changing the world food system. Not even some of the world's biggest food companies that we've seen named in the index can do this on their own. And I think what we need now is a strategic, collective understanding of where we need to get the food system to and our role in doing that. And my final point in all of this is clearly the policy system that we require to help us transform. I'll pick my words carefully, no, it won't. It's moribund. You know, we can't turn around at a time of crisis, of transformation and say, leave it to the marketplace, leave it to consumers' choice. We simply can't. But we need to make really good choices at policy system level. And again, that depends upon data on a systems level and at an individual company level as well. So data, transparency at the heart of your future food system.
Thanks for watching that clip. If you'd like to see the full interview, just click here. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you'd like to join us live in the newsroom, head to tortoisemedia.com/book.